given how prominent you are in the entertainment world, do you feel discrimination at any point now, or you don't feel any discrimination?
No, I mean, there's an insularity that comes with, being in a certain position in Hollywood, but that doesn't change the fact that, if somebody doesn't know who you are, they still see you as, just another person of color, The racism in this country is the racism in this country, unfortunately.
So the events that led to the murder of George Floyd obviously affected our country dramatically, and certainly the African-American community particularly. How did you respond to that? You're a prominent African-American figure in the country. Did you feel you had some obligation to speak out or do more, or how did it change your life, would you say?
I mean, I think the events, well, I think that the entire George Floyd situation did a couple of things. One, obviously, like anybody else, I felt nothing but rage and frustration. But I also felt real dismay that a lot of people used that event to finally discover that racism existed. That was disturbing to me, that it took something that horrific for people to go like, oh, wait, there's inequality. That was a little upsetting for me. I don't necessarily know that I felt like I had a particular obligation to do anything more than any other person did. A lot of people were marching, a lot of people were protesting. I think the beauty of what happened with George Floyd was how many average citizens stood up and did something. I think that's the power of that moment, and that hopefully will continue to be the power of that moment. But I also feel like whenever I'm asked this question, I never quite know how to walk the line between saying like, well, here's what I did and here's what I think is important. And because I feel like it might let people off the hook a little bit, because it also suggests that racism is the problem of people of color. And really, I feel like I always want to say, well, it's not what I did to work on the George Floyd problem. It's not what I did to work on racism. Racism is a white people's problem, and what are white people doing to solve it? So to me, like, that's the big question that should be asked.